And good evening, SFL Nation. Welcome to Northwood Stadium in St. Paul, Minnesota, the site of tonight's matchup between the 2-2 Houston Hyenas and the 3-1 Minnesota Legend. With the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, back at SFL headquarters, Ron Haynes and Eddie Gage on stats, this is T. Roy Gaines. And my partner tonight is Cameron Duty. And Cameron, let's set the stage for tonight. Houston wants to end their two-game losing streak, with a win on the road, while the Legend wants to extend their own two-game winning streak. What are your thoughts for tonight's matchup?
It is great to be with you this evening, and good afternoon or good evening to wherever everyone may be watching tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun, my friend. I think we're going to have a great matchup. Obviously, two teams right here in the thick of it all in their divisional races. You've got Houston, who really needs to keep pace with Alamo City and Fort Worth, so they're coming into a time right here. They need a big win for that South Division. Minnesota, kind of the same. They are more in a more comfortable position, you'll say, in the Central Division, but they need to keep their foot on the gas. This is a battle of great offenses. Right now, it looks like Houston coming in with 13th in offensive points and Minnesota 3rd in points per game. We could see a shootout, but I'm looking at the defenses. Which defense is going to step up and make the big play? Let's have fun tonight. Cannot wait to see what happens.
Can the Headhunters end both teams' streaks, or will the Legend extend both teams' current streak? We're about to find out right now, as the Legend will get the ball first to start today's game. Fielded by Fracil. He takes it past the 20, breaks a couple of tackles to the 33-yard line, and that's where the Minnesota Legend will start today's action. We got Johnny Reno, who is the quarterback of the Legend as we go over the offensive stars. From Minnesota, he's 74 yards away from 11K passing his career. He's joined by Colin Hart at running back. The wide receivers are Kalia, Powell, Mam, and Taylor. Tight ends are Hayden and France. The guard is Wilson, and the kicker and punter respectively are Mickey and Minnie Melillo. Those are your offensive stars for Minnesota. They have the ball 1st and 10. France is in motion. Hart is alone set back for Reno. As he drops back to pass, throws over the middle, wide open, and is caught by Kalia for a first down there on Houston's side of the field. After two great plays, let's go over to the Houston Headhunters defense. Representing the D-line is Perez, Tanner, Maverick, and Slayer. The linebackers, Peace, Evans, and Markov. The corners, Bird, Cash, and Law. The safeties, Clark, Brothers, Ingram III, and Rowe. Those are your defensive stars for the Headhunters. It's now 1st and 10. Ball around the 48-yard line of Houston. No backs in the backfield. Taylor in motion. Going to be a 4 wide receiver set to the far side. And pass over the middle, broken up. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Legend.
And a really nice defensive play right there by the Headhunters coming in, making a nice stop. You know, Minnesota, they were fortunate enough to have a bye week last week, so they should be well refreshed and ready to go. The question is, obviously, the first pass looked really good. We'll see if they can keep that momentum up, or if they're a little bit of rust, they may need to shake off from having that week off.
Here we go, 2nd and 10 with Powell in motion. Hart offset left. And Reno will fire over the middle, incomplete pass. Kai Cash on the pass. The disruption there will be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, good job by Kai Cash. We saw him do this quite a bit last week in their previous game, and the guy is just great at covering a zone, and right there he stayed step for step with the receiver to make a really nice deflection.
5 wide receiver set on this 3rd and 10. And Reno drops back, trying to give his receivers plenty of time. Finally passes it, and it's caught. Jay Taylor catches the low pass and extends this drive for the Legend.
Well, let's go ahead and give credit to that offensive line. That is where that work really begins. Look at this. They gave him all day long. Johnny Reno, plenty of time to find his man, plenty of time for just somebody to get open. Jay Taylor did just that. So really right there, that offensive line right there, they're going to work, and you can tell giving Reno plenty of time to find his targets. Great job.
1st and 10. Inside the 20. Looked like around a 24-yard line for Minnesota. A great opening drive so far for Reno, who just got that pass off. That should be, and it is picked off. Josh Rowe gets his 7th interception of his career, and Houston will take over at their own 24.
Josh Rowe doing a fantastic job, literally just blending into coverage there. And Reno certainly didn't do himself any favors. That was a real poor pass. And then, of course, as we said, Rowe just right there sitting and waiting to bite on that one. So a great job defensively there. And what looked to be a very promising drive all of a sudden has hit the skids. And Houston going to have a chance to capitalize.
And the Hyenas is led by Dave Burr, who only needs 10 yards to reach 15K in his career. Can he get it on this drive? He will drop back to pass for Houston, and overthrow. Lucky that was not picked off by Derek Meerkat. Let's go over the offensive stars for the Headhunters. We just mentioned Dave Burr at quarterback. The running backs are GP Wells and Jalen Wells, joined by Josh Slapp. The wide receivers, St. Green, Morrison, Sim, and Corky. The tight ends, Curtis and Bovine. The tackles, Culpepper and Simeon. And the kicker, Sonny J. Those are your offensive stars for the Headhunters. They now face the 2nd and 10. Trips formation, far side for Dave Burr. As he drops back the pass, rolls out, and fires over the middle. Caught to the Hall of Famer, DR Sim. 8-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2. Let's go over the defensive stars for Minnesota. The D-line is represented by Mello, Raven, Angela Meerkat, Bird, Johnson, and Knight. The linebackers, Clay, Gibson, Black, and Mississippi. The corners, Fracile, Evans, Griffin, and Bravo. The safeties, Wright and Derek Meerkat. Those are your defensive stars for Minnesota as they face a 3rd and 2. Well, Jalen Wells, the fullback. This is a 1st down by Josh Slapp, number 22. It'll be 1st and 10 for Houston.
Yeah, Daniel Wright coming up to make the stop, really limiting that. They did get the 1st down, but looked like that could have been a lot more had he been able to burst free right there past the line of scrimmage. So really a good job of stopping what looked like could have been a potential run that could have broke loose.
And this will be a toss play to Slapp. Breaks the first tackle. Hurdles his own lead blocker. A 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You know, with Slapp, he has that ability to break a run pretty easily, and you can see them already beginning to feed him the football. And he's one of those guys, the more touches he gets, the more lethal he becomes.
Averaging 5.9 yards a carry. He has 5 touchdowns so far this season. He'll get the carry again. Breaks the first tackle. It will extend his drive, be 1st and 10, short of midfield.
Yeah, Meerkat coming in on the tackle as well. So, again, a new set of downs. And, of course, you know, with this team right here, you have Dave Burr, who has so far had a really good season. And, as you can see, no running back in the backfield. Now they feel like they can go to the air here.
He just needs 2 yards to get 15K, but he gets sacked by number 97, Max Knight. That's his 42nd sack of his career.
And literally pretty much unguarded. He just hit him with a nice little spin move right there, rolling off of the guard, and made his way easily to the quarterback.
2nd and 12. Just about to hit the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. Morrison is in motion. It'll be trips near side. 2 wide receivers far side for Burr. Rolling out, trying to give his receivers plenty of time. That's the 1st down, and Burr has just passed 15K passing yards of his career. That pass is caught by Greg Corky.
Yeah, and that's one that Corky's probably going to want to hold on to as far as game balls go. A great achievement there by Burr. And really, even more importantly than that, that really got them out of the bind. As you could see, they were faced with a second and long position there, and so they really needed to come up with something to get some of that yardage back. Cool under pressure. Burr delivers. Great job.
And Corky is in motion right now. 1st and 10. At the 35. This will be an inside handoff to G.P. Wells. Breaks the first tackle. That'll be a 4-yard gain.
Look like they kind of want to do a little bit of a delay there with having Burr drop back and take it like he was going to pass, then just kind of hand it off to Wells. So a little bit there, going to make it a little bit more manageable 2nd down.
And Slap is back in. Jalen Wells is the fullback. And this will be a carry for Josh Slap. Breaks 1 tackle and it gets stopped. It'll be 3rd and 3 coming up for the Headhunters.
Yeah, and a big-time 3rd down early in this game right here. Obviously approaching red zone territory, but as close as they are and as well as they've been able to move the football, you certainly do not want to stall out here. That would almost be a victory for this Minnesota defense if they can come up with a stop.
Burr rolling out, fires it, and it's tipped, and that'll be a 4th down. Great job by the Legend defense, who has some nice uniforms, the Lumberjack uniforms with the black and gray checkered pattern there on their jerseys, while Houston gold helmets, white jerseys with red numbers, and gold pants, kind of looking like Florida State. Sonny J, 73 of 79 field goals made. Let's make that 74. Houston gets on the board first. It's 3-0 with 4:37 left in the first quarter. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL football for everyone. Get off the sidelines and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Jay will kick it off. Feel it inside the 5 by Frostil. He takes it past the 20, spins, and gets stopped at the 28-yard line, Minnesota, where they'll start their next possession. And Cameron, this is the first ever meeting between Houston and Minnesota. As we mentioned before, Cameron, Minnesota is currently on a 2-game winning streak after their win versus Sioux Falls 2 weeks ago, while Houston lost the 4th word. They on a 2 losing streak. They trying to end that right now.
That's right. And so what's going to be a really neat dynamic about this is watching these two teams kind of fill out each other, being new adversaries. I think we're going to have a really good game today. 2 very evenly matched teams thus far.
We go 1st and 10. Calia was in motion. Reno will drop back and pass over the middle, and that's a dot. Complete to Jay Taylor. Be 1st and 10 for the Legend.
Simply put, a nice job of Johnny Reno to just shake off that last interception and come in throwing a dime. Take a look at that right there. I mean, threads the needles. 3 defenders in the area right there who could have maybe pounced and made a play on it, but no, instead he puts that right on Jay Taylor, right where he can get it, right on the numbers, basically. Just, great play by a veteran quarterback.
You go 1st and 10. Ball currently at the 46-yard line. And Reno will pass over the middle. Nice catch for a 4-yard gain by Ben Calia. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, 2nd and 6, and an important drive, in my opinion, for Minnesota. Obviously, you had the great drive that was going before the turnover. And for a team like Houston, really, really good at putting points on the board, Minnesota would really love to respond here.
We haven't seen much of this guy right here. Colin Hart gets a carry and carries defenders to a 1st down in Houston territory. Good run by Hart.
Yeah, Hart has done a really good job so far this season, and he currently is 2nd in the league in yards. So it's going to be crucial to this Houston defense if they can actually keep from hearing a lot from him today. Let's put it that way.
And that's going to be a hard task right now because Hart just broke 2 tackles, a nice 6-yard gain. Hart was entering today's action ranked 4th all time in rushing with over 14,000 yards rushing, 5.5 yards per carry. Get this, everybody. 146 TDs rushing alone. That's 3rd all time. 2nd and 4 for Minnesota. We get the carry again. He has a nice lane, nice juke, and he's off to the races. Did an unnecessary spin, but that would be a 1st and 10, just short of the red zone.
And that's exactly what Colin Hart can do. Previous to this series, they hadn't even tried to do any run of any sort. Now here they go, starting to feed him the football, already up to close to 30 yards. But that last run was a beauty, a great little juke move right there, fighting for some extra yardage. And this is the things that guy can do. Just those really things that come second nature to him can allow him to pick up much more yardage.
And this will be a pass caught by Powell for a 5-yard gain. Johnny Reno's inching closer and closer to 11,000 yards passing. He needed 74 to start today's action. He's currently at 69 yards passing.
Safe to say that he probably will eclipse that before game's end. That's almost a definite. He certainly got the wide receivers to go to as well to help him pick up that yardage.
2nd and 5, offset I. Hart gets the carry, goes up the gut, and they will give him the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10. Coming up for the Legend.
The offensive line is really starting to get some great pushes. We talked about it earlier. They are giving Johnny Reno plenty of time to sit there and look and figure out where he's wanting to go with that football. Same in the running game, too, right now. They're really working well together.
We see 11K right here. No! Great job by Houston's Al Ingram III with that pass disruption. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good job by Ingram right there. And it looked like Josh Rowe was also in the vicinity. So, this is something that this Houston defense is pretty good at doing, is they can give up quite a bit of yardage there. But once you get down to about the red zone, they begin to tighten up.
The 2nd and 10 at the 12 of Houston. Calia's in motion. Hart offset to the right of Reno. And this will be a pass. Plenty of time. Fires it near side. It's caught by Powell. That'll be a 4-yard gain. And Reno is now over 11K with that completed pass.
And there you go. So we're breaking all kinds of records tonight in this first matchup between these two teams. Obviously going to be memorable for a lot of reasons. I think we've got a great game on our hands tonight, folks.
Both offenses are moving down the field. Houston had to settle for 3 on their first possession. This is Minnesota's 2nd. Hart breaks the tackle and gets stopped. It'll be 4th and 1, and the Headhunters defense forces a field goal attempt.
And a great job by Ingram right there. Looking at that coverage, it looked as if they were laying back, playing a little bit soft right there. Nobody up crowding the line. Instead, though, they literally were headhunters. And as soon as Hart got that football, they swarmed him to stop him from that 1st down gain.
A 21-yard field goal attempt by Mickey Milito is good, and we're tied up with 33 seconds left in the 1st quarter. For all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future.
Eddie's giving us some great stats as well as Ron there in the stats truck, and they have both noted that both of those drives, the scoring drives between Houston and Minnesota, both taking 10-plus plays.
And both resulting in field goals. We are tied up at 3, so both teams' defenses, Cameron, are bending, but they're not breaking, just forcing field goal attempts so far.
Exactly. Right now playing very methodical, just kind of really taking things in stride, taking what the defense is giving them. Got them a pair of field goals out of it. Tight game so far.
Here we go. The Hall of Famer D.R. Sim in motion. And Jalen Wells offset to the left And this will be a carry for a slap. Nice spin move. Breaks another tackle. Carry defenders to the 30-yard line, which will be a 10-yard gain and a first down.
I think that's the fun thing about this team right here. Actually, a great matchup is between these two running backs that you have between Colin Hart from Minnesota, Josh Slapp, and GP Wells as well. You know, a lot of great talent in the backfield. I think we're going to see quite literally, a foot race in today's game.
This should be the last play of the first quarter. Slap gets the carry and gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. And that is indeed the last play of an exciting first quarter. As he said before, both teams' defenses were bending, but they didn't break. It's tied at 3. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. And everyone, you liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. It's 3-all as we start the second quarter. Bird will pass down the middle. What a catch! Number 15, Mike St. Green, climbed the ladder. And know what, everybody? That will qualify him for the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23.
Let me tell you something. He literally had to go up. Talk about nice hands. He had to go up and snag that one away from Minnesota because that one very well could have been an interception. So, yeah, a great job by St. Green there, coming down with a heck of a catch.
Now it's a 28-yard pass. That is another completed pass, this time to the other Hall of Famer, Tiberius Bovine. Another first down for Houston.
This is a Houston team that are chock full of veterans, a couple rookies who are making names for themselves, and some Hall of Famers. And a team that features, DRCM and Tiberius Bovine right there. That's your go-tos. You got to be feeling pretty good about yourself and your ability to move the football.
Here we go, 1st and 10. 4 different players so far with a catch on 4 completions. Here we go with Dave Bird. And it's a shovel pass to GP Wells. Breaks the first tackle. Uh-oh. Somebody's hurt. And it's somebody from Minnesota, number 55, Miles Gibson, is the one who's hurt. That's going to be a tough loss. It'll be 2nd and 3 after that 7-yard gain, but Gibson is currently hurt, and we didn't see him walk off the field. That could be bad for Minnesota.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's hope that's something they can give him a few minutes off on the sidelines and get him back out in the game. A great job by Wells right there. I mean, almost broke that one free. Certainly fighting for every yard.
Here we go. Be Slap. He gets the first down, breaks the tackle, and gets stopped. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Headhunters.
Moving the ball really effectively there. Excuse me. I mean, just doing a nice job of responding to that last Minnesota scoring drive, showing that they can really go toe for toe with this Minnesota offense that we've heard so much about.
Here you go, Burr. Will pass, and it's caught for a touchdown. Mike St. Green, his 2nd catch on this drive, results in a TD.
I find it really fitting, as a matter of fact, that Mike St. Green was the one to come down with that touchdown reception. He had that miraculous catch earlier in the drive that really set him up and really got the ball rolling for them. So for him to come in, a great route there, looked to me as if there may have been a little hiccup there in the coverage with him being as wide open as he was. And what a response by Houston there, like we said, showing that they have a potent offense not to be reckoned with.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo was the defender that allowed St. Green by him. Must have thought that he had help, but St. Green was wide open, got the touchdown, and Houston takes the lead. It's now 10-3 Headhunters.
That was great right there. I mean, that's going to give this offense a whole lot of confidence. as we go into this game, that they can move the football on this defense. And right now, firing on all cylinders. How will Minnesota respond?
And here's the kickoff return, this time by number 32, Rick Evans. He'll be stopped on the 27-yard line. And let's head to SFL headquarters with our commissioner, Kevin Irvine, with a game update.
Thank you, T-Roy. Big game in Seattle tonight between Alamo City and the Nemesis. And look at Sabo Kanan stealing the pass from Ace Fennick and taking it all the way back to the house. Alamo City is in the red zone, but right now they trail late in the second quarter, 10-7 to Seattle. Back to you in Minnesota.
I know there was a lot of chatter between Seattle and Alamo City, and it turns out we have a great game over there. We currently have a great game over here as Bird will pass over the middle, caught, first down. Great catch by Jason France.
A really nice job right there, reading that defensive scheme, obviously bringing a lot of pressure and leaving the middle of the field absolutely wide open. So a great job getting visual on that there by the quarterback, Johnny Reno, and finding France in the open.
You know what they say about reading, Cam? Reading's fundamental. It was definitely fundamental on that play, 1st and 10.
That's right.
At the 42 of Minnesota. Powell in motion. And Bird drops back. Quick step. That's another catch. What a swaglicious one-handed catch by France. His second straight catch of this possession.
So it looks to me like we're going to have a couple of candidates for that good hands reception. Obviously there, with Minnesota, they want to be in the equation as well. That was just really nice. Take a look at this great route right there, kind of a slant, and really just another day, another walk in the park, right? One-handed, no big deal. Great job, great play by this offense.
Poor Alex Ingram III, he just made a business decision, didn't want nothing to do with Jason France as he just ran right by him, got that first down. Minnesota is now in Houston territory. It's 1st and 10. This will be a pass over the middle. Whoa, what another great catch. Quake Mam with a swaglicious one-handed catch. It'll be 1st and 10. Should that be the nice hands catch of the game?
It could very well be. Who knows how many we may see before this game is over. One thing is for certain, though. This Minnesota offense is feeling confident. And this is an offense that looks to be having fun. And when they have fun, that just makes them, when there's no frustration out there and they're playing pitch and catch like this, it's really hard to stop this team when they get this momentum behind them.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. I formation, 2 wide receivers near side. Kalia is in motion. And this will be a carry for Colin Hart. Decides to try to put someone in a spin cycle. He gets 5 yards on that carry before he's stopped by Jason Peace. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and now the focus has to turn to this Houston defense because we have seen them, in the past during today's game, really kind of tighten up here and make it tough for Minnesota to move this football. So they're looking for their first trip to the end zone still. Can they get it on this drive?
And this will be a toss pitch far side for Colin Hart. Oh, 30 inches. I thought he got the first down. Could we see a challenge?
Personally, I would think so. I think it's definitely worth reviewing. To me, it looked like he was able to fall forward. I don't think we're going to get that challenge, though. Instead, they're just going to opt to line up, and I assume they're going to run it right down their throats here.
Here we go, 30 inches. Ball just outside the red zone. Taylor is now far side, excuse me. This will be a handoff, just as you said, Cameron, and that's a first down. Hart did get destroyed by Rowe, but not after he got the first down.
That's exactly right, T-Roy. The thing is, to me, you got to show confidence in your backs. And when you have a running back like Colin Hart on a 3rd and inches, you give it to the playmaker, and that's exactly what they did there.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Hart will get the carry again, goes up the middle, and gets stopped after a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4.
doing a nice job, a really nice combination of pass and run on this drive. We saw them with the very photogenic receptions as they made their way down the field. Now it's just good old smash mouth running the football, like we said, right down their throats. So far, it seems to be working on this side of the field.
We see this again. Yes, we will. Hart will get the carry. He has a lane, put someone in the spin cycle, but luckily, number 56, Zed Markov, was able to make the tackle, but not after a first down. Be first and goal for Minnesota.
I have to also give a little bit of credit. Obviously, the play calling's been great for Minnesota right here. I love that they are just kind of changing things up. We're not just seeing Hart run it straight down the middle. We're seeing him, go to the left, go to the right side with some great play schemes, good blocking up front, allowing him to get some options as he cuts around the corner there.
Here we go. It'll be first and goal. Ball just outside the 5-yard line. And this will be a pass over the middle. We got a flag on the play. I thought the ball was tipped. We'll see what the ref says.
Going to get interference there, yeah.
And that'll be a pass interference against Kai Cash. Be first and go at the 1.
I hope we can get a look at this again. As a matter of fact, we're going to get an opportunity to. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, just engaged in contact. I think what happened, well, from my opinion there, I think it looked as if that maybe he didn't think that the ball was coming that way. I don't know what happened with the contact there, to be 100% honest with you. But nevertheless, cooler heads will have to prevail here, and they get a brand new set of downs. Wow.
Yeah, I actually thought that the ball was tipped, which led to that tackle, but the refs disagree. It'll be first and goal. We could see number 23 get the carry, and that's a touchdown. And he decided to do his best Walter Payton impersonation. What a leap. And Minnesota's 1 point away from tying this up.
A little bit of sweetness right there. That was a pretty move. Obviously, when we look back on this game, it's going to be talked about the pass interference call that happened just before that. As we go back and get more opportunities to look at it, you will see, I believe, that pass was tipped. And nevertheless, though, let's give credit to Minnesota for coming in and really a fantastic drive. The pass interference certainly helped things get them closer to the goal line, but they did a wonderful job of moving all the way down here. And again, give it to the big guy right there, Colin Hart, to really seal the deal. And now we're going to get a chance to have his game tied up. Wow.
That's another 10-play drive, resulting in 7 points. Colin Hart gets his 147th touchdown of his career. We're tied up with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. Again, a 10-play, 68-yard drive for the Minnesota Legend.
Yeah. Methodical drives. Yeah, methodical drives have really ate a lot of time up in this first half, T-Roy.
Yes, they have. Both teams doing a great job being efficient on offense. Corky with the return. And Houston will start their own 30-yard line. So the first quarter, just 3 points given up by both defenses. So 6 points total. This quarter, both defenses gave up 7 each. So it looks like both teams' offenses, Cameron, are heating up and catch fire, like Damon Simeon likes to say.
Exactly, and so far very evenly matched on both sides, even to the point that their plays are, or at least the length of the drives, are taking just about the same amount of plays.
So 4 minutes, 6 seconds left. It's Jalen Wells who's in the backfield right now. Bird will throw it to him. That's Wells' second catch of the game. He gets 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, this is something that the way that Minnesota has been able to attack the football so far and move the ball down the field, they could really be in the driver's seat right here if they want to be. They could really run this clock down to where they could play with this final 3.5 or so minutes of this first half, or excuse me, Houston, that is, could really do this to their favor.
And Josh Slapp gets the first down on that carry. He looked kind of short, but the refs gave him for progress. It'll be 1st and 10 for Houston.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking here. But back to the point that I was saying there, Houston really does have an opportunity here, the way that they have been playing very methodical, to take this second these waning moments of the second quarter and really do something with it. I think that that would be crucial possibly if they can get on top before we head into the half here.
And Jalen Wells gets the draw play, was able to break the first tackle, get stopped after a 4-yard gain, and be 2nd and 6 for Houston.
That's right, yeah. And like we said, plenty of time left. No need to get in a hurry. No need to really go into a 2-minute offense just yet. Just take your time and moving the football well with your halfback and keep it going.
The Wells brothers are in the backfield. This will be a pitch to GP. He breaks the first tackle, gets the first down, tries to get the edge. He does, spins off another tackle. And if it weren't for him being so closely out of bounds, he could have gotten more yards. But instead, it's still 1st and 10 for Houston.
He looked absolutely primed to cut back across the field right there. You could see it almost where he was going in his mind as he got to this sideline right here and he starts this spin move. He could see the lane starting to open up. He just had a couple of men to beat to really tear that one loose. Unfortunately, he did just step out of bounds, but nevertheless, that gives him a brand new, fresh set of downs moving past midfield here into enemy territory.
This will be 1st and 10. Ball at the 41 of Minnesota. Be another carry. This time it's Josh Slapp, who decides to put a couple people in the spin cycle. A 7-yard gain before he's tackled. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's so interesting to watch when you have people such as GP Wells and Josh Slapp and Jalen Wells as well that can run the football so effectively. Man, that's a fresh set of legs almost every snap, and it can wear a defense out.
Heck, it may have read out the old line of Houston. One guy was just spinning right around after that play. We have reached the 2-minute warning. An exciting game so far. We're tied at 10 with Houston marching down the field. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube, presented by APM Music. This is T-Roy Gaines along with Cameron Duty calling the action tonight. 10-all ball game for the Headhunters and the Legend. I formation. Looks like Josh Slapp is the halfback in this play. And he'll get the carry. Great move. Got the first down before Stephen Black makes the tackle. Be 1st and 10 with 1:54 left in the first half.
And doing exactly what we talked about. No worries here, no rush, no anxiousness out of this offense. As you can see, they're just enjoying putting this drive together and doing what they know they can do well, which is run the football and do a good mixture of passes also.
Well, this time we got a 2-yard loss. Stephen Black with the tackle for loss. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, good job by Stephen Black, 6'5", 250 pounds, his first season with the team. And really, quite honestly, just saying he's had enough of watching these halfbacks run all over this defense.
Yeah, Houston got a 3-prong attack with Wells, brothers, and Slapp, while Minnesota's all about heart. 2nd and 12. This will be another carry for Josh Slapp. Puts 59 on the spin cycle, gets tackled by Black again, and we got a first timeout.
That we do, and they're really going to have to stop and think about this. Houston's going to have to figure out how they want to attack this 3rd down. Obviously, the running has certainly really got you to this point in this drive, but I have to think you're pretty much forced into trying, as we can see in this formation here, going through the air.
Here we go. 5 wide receivers set. DR Sim is going to make it 4 wide receivers to the far side. Or we'll pass it to the right, and it's caught for another first down. We got another timeout.
That was just a nice job, a really good play design. And to be 100% honest with you, that was very, I guess you'd say gutsy, but most importantly, though, they knew they had confidence in their receivers. And on that 3rd down, they knew they had to go to the air. They knew they had the receivers to bring it down. Really nice formation, too.
GP Wells is now back in the backfield as Burr will throw it to the middle. Caught! Is it a touchdown?
Yep.
It's a pass interference. It'll be declined. Houston gets on the board with a great catch by DR Sim.
Leave it to the Hall of Famer. right? We saw that it was a plethora of runs between Slap and Wells, both GP and Jalen, to get them to this point. And then in the end, Dave Burr throws a dime to the Hall of Famer DR Sim.
A great drive by Houston, leaving just 55 seconds left in the first half. They're up 7-10. They have the momentum on their side.
Well, they do, and they literally took pretty much that final 4 minutes and really run the clock down. We'll see if Minnesota wants to put up a fight or if they want to just go into the half here.
And that kick is down to the end zone. We're going to head back to SFL headquarters with the Commissioner Cameron Irvine with another game update.
Thank you, T-Roy. We've seen some crazy plays in this Seattle-Alamo City game. Watch the quarterback. He's going to get dragged down by his face mask as he completes a pass. That gets Alamo City into field goal range and gets them a field goal before the half. 17-13, Seattle. Back to you in Minnesota.
Great job by Alamo City to at least get points on the board before the half ended. We'll see if Minnesota can do the same. This will be a pass to the left, caught by Powell. He does get out. No, the ref said incomplete. Wow. And the booth will challenge it. So this will be a review. Let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at goretroid.com. That was a delayed response. It looked like he made the catch and the ref said no. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll find out here if he felt like he just maybe didn't have possession as he come to the ground. I think the question, I certainly think so. It looked to me as if they were checking to see if that hand had possession. There you go.
Yeah, so the ruling is overturned. That is indeed a catch. The question is, what down this is it?
I really don't know that you wanted that
5-yard gain.
You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, any kind of positive yardage is great there. I think that actually may have been a generous spot as well on that. So kind of a funny turn of events right there, but nevertheless, Minnesota, they'll take it.
It'll be 2nd and 5 after that catch made by Deezer Powell. The fullback's in motion. Can we see a Colin Hart run here? No. Bravo will pass it. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up. Great job by Markov disrupting the pass.
That's right. A fantastic job by Markov to come in there and, like you said, just disrupt the play. I mean, he stayed toe-to-toe with him and knocked that ball out, jarred it loose.
3rd and 5 coming up. Trips formation, far side. Jay Taylor's at the bottom of the screen, but he's going to be joined by Deezer Powell. 2 and 2 now. And Reno will roll out. Passing it, and that should have been caught. Quake Mam drops the ball, and Minnesota will punt and giving Houston 41 seconds to do something with it.
Had he caught that, he could have been gone. He could have went the distance because it looked to me as if he had complete open field ahead of him. That could be one of those plays that we look back on after this game and think, wow, could have been a turning point there. We'll just have to see.
Minnie Milello on the punt. Corky on the return. Breaks one tackle, but gets stopped at the 48. The Headhunters will have great field position. They got a chance to add on to their lead here before the end of the half.
That they do, and certainly should. You know, they're really coming out and making a statement. As we said, we've talked a lot about this Minnesota offense. That last drive was very lackluster and kind of uncharacteristic of what they are able to do. Houston now going to try to take advantage of that.
Here we go. Bunch formation to the right. Bird will throw in that direction. It is tipped. Incomplete. Pass is tipped by Derek Meerkat. It'll be 2nd and 10.
A nice job by Meerkat, his 3rd season with the team. So he is certainly, the strong safety is very comfortable in that role, and a nice job just to tip that one away. Just about had the interception.
2nd and 10. Bunch formation near side for Dave Burr. He'll drop back. Pass it in that direction. Caught by DRSM for a first down. Houston will call their last timeout. Great catch in spite of the fact that Griffin basically served up some ribs after that catch.
There you go. I mean, that looked like a traditional WWE spear, did it not?
Right. He basically did a Roman Reigns spear. Goldberg, what was your favorite wrestler that did a spear?
That's right.
First down 10 for Houston. There ends. Oh, that should have been picked off by Black. Instead, Houston will live to fight another down in 2nd and 10 with 21 seconds left in the first half.
Literally hit Black in the face mask. I think he was expecting to maybe drop back into a little bit more of his own coverage there and didn't expect to see the ball coming at him in the manner that it did. So bad communication on that Houston offense's part.
2nd and 10. DRSM is matched up with Cody Griffin at the bottom of the screen. Mike St. Green's in motion. Well, I like the matchup near side.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see what Bird does here. They'll throw it over the middle. Another good job by the defense, number 59, with the pass deflection to be 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, that was a wonderful job right there coming up to make that deflection and a big-time 3rd down here. If they can convert, obviously, that's going to move them much closer to a field goal attempt. In my opinion, a little outside of it at the moment. They need to pick up some crucial yardage here to be able to at least have a shot at it.
Our stats team said that was the 3rd pat down this drive. It won't be the 4th. It's caught, but Houston needs to hurry up. They got 10 seconds left. They can kick a field goal.
Yeah, they're going to have to get this in the overdrive here.
So we get to see the catch by Mike St. Green. The problem is Houston's not hurrying up. This time, they got 1 second left, and that's a huge missed opportunity. Poor time management will cost Houston 3 points, and we're going to go into halftime with Houston up only by 7. They could have been up by 10. It's 17-10, Houston leading.
Well, it's certainly going to be interesting to see if that last set of misfortunes really will come back to hurt them. It's been quite a game. We've had a lot of things going on in this game so far. We've had a lot of great production by both offenses. Both defenses are playing tight. It's been a battle of the quarterbacks at the moment here between Burr and Reno, doing a great job throwing some dimes, and the running backs have been involved in the action as well. So this game has really had everything. We're just 2 quarters through, T-Roy. I'm interested to see what comes up next. I think from Minnesota, you're going to have to get your offense a little bit more in gear, a little bit more in tune, if you will. I feel like maybe the off week has kind of allowed them to kind of have to play from behind with a little bit of rust. We haven't really seen Colin Hart break it open just yet. We've seen him with a couple of good runs and a goal line touchdown there, but that's what I'm looking for. Can Minnesota get this offense in fine tune, or will Houston crack down?
We're about to find out in a couple of moments. Houston will get the ball first to start the second half, so they have a chance to double dip. But, man, they're going to be scratching their heads and thinking what happened at the end of the first half. They could be up by more, but they're currently up by 7. Melillo with the kick, a nice kick, but it's still going to be returned no matter what. Good return by number 23, Bird, for Houston, and that where Houston will start at their own 25 as we begin the 3rd quarter.
And the good thing, I guess you'd say, the rainbow at the end of the cloud, or in the cloud and the silver lining, whatever way you want to put it, is that Houston will get the ball back here and has a chance to get after it and put some more points on the board.
Here we go. 1st and 10, offset. To the left for Dave Burr and the Headhunters. As Slap gets the carry. Nice adjustment. He makes something out of nothing. That could have been a loss. Instead, he gets a 7-yard gain and be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, definitely a good job by Slap there. And if I am Houston, I wouldn't change a thing, obviously. Now, this offense has been doing a fantastic job. As I've said, I've used the word methodical, I feel like, a bunch of times so far to describe them. But that's what works for them. Just doing a nice job letting the running backs take the brunt of the load and then coming in with Burr and Sim and company finishing up in the passing game.
And this is a carry by Jalen Wells. He'll get the first down. 1st and 10 for the Headhunters.
And again, another nice job there, T-Roy. Go right ahead.
No, you good. You good. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that with this running back tandem that they have here, the possibilities really are endless. As we said, this will wear a defense down, and you can expect to see them go more to that.
Here comes Josh Slap. A 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6 coming up.
And 2nd and 6 here. We'll be interested to see if they want to try to attempt to go to the air on this potential play right here. Instead, it looks like they're going to stay with at least a 2-back formation.
We got Slap and Jalen Wells in the backfield. I formation. This will be a toss to Slap. Breaks the first tackle. Breaks the second, but not able to break the third. Juan, Mississippi on the tackle. Will be 3rd and 3.
And already, in my opinion, a big play right here in the second half coming out here on 3rd and 3. You certainly want to keep this drive alive. You don't want to give the ball back to a hungry Minnesota offense.
We'll see the Minnesota defense can do. Remember, Miles Gibson was injured in the first half. He has not returned. That could be hurting their defense right now. And it'll be a carry by Slap. Breaks the first tackle, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for Houston.
And he got it by just that much. Looked like he was able, with a second effort, to just get that ball across the chains there.
And Slap is the lone back. We got St. Green at the bottom of the screen. Bird's rolling out, decides to run with it, and gets destroyed. Gets taken to the shadow realm by Max Knight. A 4-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, that one's going to hurt. Bird's going to feel that one. Maybe feeling that one already. Take a look at Knight there. Great pursuit. And for whatever it was that Bird didn't see downfield, he decided it would be better to just tuck it and try to run with it. That decision may haunt him.
Nice coverage sack by the Legend defense. 2nd and 14 for the Headhunters. Quick pass to Bovine. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
And just like that, 2 really nice defensive plays back-to-back by Minnesota right there, shoving the receiver out of bounds and forcing them into what is a long 3rd down. Now, we have been able to say quite a bit in this game. They've been able to rely on that running game on these 3rd down situations. This one, though, they're going to have to go to the air.
They're definitely going into the air. 5 wide receiver set. Bird's under center. St. Green is going to go in motion, make this a trips formation far side. As Bird drops back, gets rid of it just in time. Caught by St. Green. Another spectacular catch. It'll be 1st and 10.
Leaving a lot of jaws on the floor with that one. I mean, just kind of setting their mouth agape. That was a beautiful play. Great confidence in Dave Burr out there, standing in a pocket that was quickly collapsing. Minnesota was bringing coverage there. You could see that they brought the linebacker in at the last minute to blitz. Good job of the offense to pick it up just enough to allow Burr enough time to find, who else? MSG down the middle.
Averaging 22.5 yards a catch, 90 yards receiving so far in today's game. Slap gets the carry. Tries to juke somebody. Gets 1 yard on that one before he stopped. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Headhunters.
Why did we ever doubt them? It was 3rd and 14. They needed 14 yards. They get 32. Made it look easy as pie.
And the stats team is making everything look easy as pie. Shout outs to Eddie Gage and Ron Haynes in stats, making us sound better than we actually are. And that is a touchdown to the Hall of Famer Tiberius Bovine. Houston doubles dip successfully.
Well, you know they're glad that they were able to acquire him after 19 seasons there. Previously to coming to Houston, and what an impact that has made. Take a look at this great route here. Oh, that was just simply, he was able to get up there, put his hands out first, snag that reception, fight for that one, and all of a sudden Houston now able to put some separation between themselves and Minnesota. This thing certainly is not over, but I don't know that we expected to see with the extra point anyway, a 14-point deficit.
And the extra point is good. That was Bovine's 82nd touchdown in his career. He is currently ranked 10th all-time in receiving touchdowns. Houston's up by 14. Now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. And we have another injury on the field. The Houston players injured. Simeon Rice, one of the backups.
Yeah, Rice is particularly used there in special teams coverage. So unfortunate for them. Going back to that Retroid there, that's the perfect thing to do if you've got a Labor Day Monday off, right?
Exactly. Either play the game, play as yourself, or sim. You got the sim for the following week. And we got a fumble. It is recovered. Great job by number 23. Houston's not happy with it. I'm sorry, Minnesota's not happy with that. But however, Houston is.
Ooh.
What a great job by Maverick forcing the fumble.
Absolutely. That was a great job by that Houston defense, just coming in and lowering the boom. I wondered if we were going to see this because in certain angles there, it looked as if Reno maybe was moving forward with his arm. Certainly worth a check. I mean, what have you got to lose?
Yeah, let's take another retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com. Here's the replay. Bang, bang play. It didn't look like his arm went completely forward. We'll see what the ref says. And the legend wins that challenge. They'll keep possession. It'll be second down for the legend. That was a game-saving challenge. Great job by the coaching staff.
It was, and it looked very eerily similar to another play in football history that a lot of people are referring to in the chat anyway. Very close to that.
Well, Johnny Reno's definitely happy that challenge went his way. It's 2nd and 10 instead of Houston having the ball in great field position, and they decided to give it to Colin Hart. Breaks the first tackle, breaks another, refuses to go down. He has the edge. Great touchdown saving tackle by Peace, but not after Colin Hart got the first down.
You know, that's something about this team. You can't ever count them out because, as we say, they've got heart. I don't even mean that in a punny sort of way. I mean, when you got Colin Hart like that in the backfield running for you, you know, you're really never out of it. And this is a great high-flying offense. 14 points, yeah, it's a deficit. They've been given a second lease right there after that overturned challenge. They're going to make the best of it if they can.
Reno will for it over the middle, caught by France, and they're in Houston's side of the field. 1st and 10 for the legend.
Yeah, and France has really done a good job today. He has certainly made his presence known. Came in on a couple of big-time catches to help move the ball down the field. And right there, he simply just overpowered the linebacker.
France has been a reliable target so far in today's game. 45 yards receiving at this point. 1st and 10 at the 34. Hart gets the carry and gets a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 4 coming up for the legend.
I don't know about you, T-Roy, but I feel like with Colin Hart, it just feels like he's one missed tackle away from busting one open. He's really coming out of the gate firing now when they hand him this football.
82 yards rushing, 6.8 yards per carry. Already has 1 touchdown. A very sweet touchdown swan dive he made earlier in the first half. 2nd and 4 coming up. Split backs in the backfield. Reno trying to avoid the sack. He does. Fires it. It's caught by France again.
Yeah,
very Kelsey-like, don't you think?
I agree.
Mike Baggs-like.
And who else? I mean, that's the exact point of it. You go to the people that you can rely on, and right now Reno is feeling comfortable with France, and really a nice job of getting out in front of the defenders on that one, making himself available for that reception. Another thing, a good job that Reno did right there was extend that play. Boy, they know that they needed this drive desperately, and so far we're seeing it really pay off in dividends.
First and goal at the 7. Hart gets the carry up the middle, and he gets stopped short of the goal line. Be second and goal at the 1 line.
It was probably one of the toughest tackles that defender probably ever had to make, going one-on-one with Colin Hart right there at the 1 yard line just to keep him out. We'll see what they can do here. Second down and close.
36 yards after the first hit. And Colin Hart dives in the end zone a second straight time. Minnesota cuts the deficit. It's now 24-16.
If you can't go through them, just go over them. And we've seen him do that twice today to finish up drives. So, boy, that was really needed, wasn't it, T-Roy? They really needed to respond right there just to get within striking distance and plenty of time left on the clock. So Minnesota's defense now going to come out prime and hungry to try to stop this Houston offense.
Here we go. Extra point attempt coming up to make this a 7-point deficit. And it's good. It's 24-17 with 3:20 left in the third quarter. And Cameron, as we talked about before, this is the first matchup between these two teams. But both teams got the same record against common opponents. They both 2-1. They both defeated Indianapolis and Sioux Falls, while they both lost to Alamo City.
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we, T-Roy? That was so interesting there. And obviously, I think what it was in that game, you start to look at these teams' strong suits and their weaknesses. As we said, they're very, very, almost eerily similar at times, the way that they attack a game. We saw pretty much the similar play scheme for both. A good mix of run, and then dabbing a little bit of pass, a little a throw here and there. It's worked out well for both.
And what's been working out well for Houston's the running game. Josh Slapp with a 3-yard carry, and we're going to head to the SFL headquarters for another game update. Cam, take it away.
Thank you, T-Roy. The best football of the week lives on Sunday night. Look at this route from Yale, Montana. Gets doubled, bumped, gets away, little stutter step, and scores 20-20. And Seattle's in the red zone with 8 minutes and change. Back to you in Minnesota.
It's tied over there, and we got a 7-point lead over here as Josh Slapp gets the first down on that carry.
I'm telling you, he's right. There's something about Sunday nights, man, just brings out the best in the SFL football. It's been a lot of fun, obviously, with the games all weekend and 2 close games here tonight. This one still very much hangs in the balance, and Houston knows it. That's why they're going with the mentality that they are right now. They got to continue to put up points. You cannot take your foot off the gas.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line of Houston. This will be another play to Josh Slapp. Breaks the first tackle, but gets tackled by number 59 Minnesota. It'll be 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard gain.
Yeah, pretty much denied on that tackle. So a great job right there by Minnesota, making it 2nd and 9 now.
Offset eye to the right. But this will be a pass for Burr. And it'll be a swing pass to Slapp. He gets another touch. And it'll be a 3rd and 3 coming up for the Headhunters. A more manageable 3rd down coming up.
Yeah. Give a call to Cody Griffin and Jason Clay, stopping him in his tracks, not allowing him to get a yard more.
They Burr 212 yards passing. He reached 15K earlier in the game. This will be a toss pass to GP Wells. Put someone in the spin cycle. You kind of think he didn't need to do that. That may have kept them from getting the first down. Be 4th and 1 coming up.
Yeah, I think in the end there, Johnny Bravo benefited from that spin cycle. He wasn't having any of it. Instead, he just locked in on him and made a big time stop right there. And that is crucial because now Minnesota got the ball back here, starting to feel momentum, maybe shifting a little bit.
We'll see. Punt's underway. He'll the inside. Oh, inside. That was G.P. Wells, who was very frustrated. He didn't get the first down, so he sent someone else to the shadow realm. Poor Rick Evans.
Knocked him in the next week.
Sheesh.
He probably got up thinking, what week is this? What game am I playing?
Somebody probably is on the sidelines right now asking how many fingers I'm holding up.
Break out the smelling sauce.
Here we go. No backs in the backfield as Minnesota starts their next possession. 1st and 10 at their own 29. 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Plenty of time for Reno, who fires it to the middle. And, that was almost picked off by Josh Rowe. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Rowe just about had that one. That one was scary if you're a Minnesota fan or a player anyway. I'm sure you waited with a bated breath for that to fall harmlessly to the ground.
2nd down coming up. We'll see if they'll go back to the running game after that missed opportunity. Josh Rowe had a missed opportunity there. Could have gotten his 2nd interception of the game. Taylor is in motion. Parts offside to the left. It'll be a pass. And uncommonly not caught by Jason Pierce. Looked like that pass was just a little bit off. It'd be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit
Jason
off.
France.
Exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Jason France there. He's been the go-to for Johnny Reno in this game. It looked as if maybe he led him a little bit too far out there. That pass just too far ahead.
13 of 22 for 163 yards. Completion percentage of 59.1 for Reno. 3rd down 10 coming up. An important 3rd down for the legend. Reno has plenty of time. Fires it. Caught. 1st down. They flipped the field. Jay Taylor was left wide open. That was too easy.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I've said it quite a few times in this game already. You cannot give a quarterback that much time, especially not somebody like Johnny Reno. He will burn you every time. And receivers like Taylor, they find a way to get open. I mean, it's just when you allow a quarterback like that just to sit back there, it becomes a free-for-all. The coverage begins to break down. The wide receivers are scrambling like ants off an anthill. I mean, it just turns into a free-for-all. And Reno capitalized.
Let's see, he's going to capitalize again. What a catch by Jason France. Mossed to a couple of defenders. Got a generous spot. It'll be a 1st down again for the legend.
And it's right here. It's not too late for Houston to step up and make a big play. And that's exactly what it's going to take. This Minnesota offense is not an offense that you want to get hot. Now, you've done a good job up to this point of really keeping them contained. Right now, though, you certainly don't want to allow any slack to creep in to your defensive play scheme.
This could be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Reno, quick pass. Oh, that should have been picked off. We'll have one more play. Missed opportunity by Dedrick Law. That was going to be a pick 6 for Law.
And that's 2. You know, you had Josh Rowe and then Dedrick Law right there. 2 times on this drive that really could have potentially went the other direction. There's only so many times you're going to be gifted like that. You got to snag that football down and take it.
Here we go. 2nd and 10. All at Houston's 33. This will be another quick pass, and that's how the quarter will end with a pass deflected. All right, everyone. We're about to enter the 4th quarter. Put up your 4s. 12s, 86, and 68s up in the chat. And we're going to have Curtis read us our rights coming up.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
And welcome back. We're getting ready to start an exciting 4th quarter. Minnesota is driving. It's 3rd and 10. They're trailing by 7. 3rd and 10 at their own 33-yard line. And Reno will fire it. Caught for a 1st down. Great job by Jay Taylor making sure that he crossed that line. And it's a 1st down for Minnesota.
Yeah, Houston kind of changed things up there a little bit. They decided to go more 3-4 in that regard, or at least they had 3 up on the line, really not bringing any pressure. Decided to drop back in some coverage there. Nevertheless, Reno still able to make that completion.
Now, 210 yards passing for Johnny Reno. Hasn't gotten sacked yet. Commentator's curse coming up. Nope. Swing pass. Caught by Deezer Powell. What a stiff arm. 8-yard gain will be 2nd and 2. And everybody, APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. After an 8-yard reception by Powell, 2nd and 2. Inside the red zone. This will be carried to Colin Hart, gets the first down, breaks tackle, and carries defenders. It'll be 1st and goal coming up for the Legend.
Yeah, all the way inside the 5. Colin Hart would not be denied, which has been the case for a lot of plays all throughout this game, going over the 100-yard mark.
Colin Hart is one of the best. 101 yards rushing and counting. Should be getting a Hall of Fame call sometime soon. 1st and goal inside the 4. Split backs. And this will be a pass. Reno will pass over the middle. Incomplete. Jason France couldn't get the toe drag swag down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
They had the right play call, I felt like, on that one. I think maybe the play extended a little bit too long there. It took Reno a little bit longer to find his man at the back of the end zone than what he wanted. So instead, there, Houston catches a break.
2nd to go. And this will be a carry to Colin Hart. He already has 2. Trying to make it a hat trick. He gets a little closer. It'll be 3rd down and goal coming up.
He does, and we can almost, in my opinion, kind of expect to see more of the same. We saw him go over the pile twice. Do they go that way again? Either way, this is the biggest 3rd down of this game.
Here we go. 3rd and goal. In just a couple inches away from the end zone. Offset. Hart gets a carry again. He dives again. His 3rd touchdown of the game. He gets the hat trick, and all 3 touchdowns were dives.
And Minnesota has come back from a 14-point deficit. And we said it. That was great for Houston to be out by 2 scores. But this is a Minnesota team. They never quit. They've got a powerful offense led by Colin Hart, of course, Reno and others there. But I'm here to tell you that's a team you cannot sleep on. And their defense, Minnesota's defense, really tightened up when they needed to, coming up with a big-time stop. And all of a sudden, we're close to having a tied game.
And we are tied. So not only this game is tied at 24-all, the ACA Seattle game is also tied. It's 27-all in that game with 3:55 left in the 4th quarter. And that's also Colin Hart's 3rd touchdown run from the 1-yard line. And you know what, Cameron? That missed opportunity for a field goal could come back and haunt Houston right now at the end of the 1st half.
Yeah.
We'll see
we
what
were worried about that.
We'll see what Corky can do. A great return to give Houston great field position. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 36.
You're right, T-Roy. That was something that we were worried about for Houston. The fact that they burned those timeouts and instead they completed the pass over the middle. Of course, we're talking about what happened at the end of the 1st half there, at the end of the 2nd quarter, that really allowed them to not have enough time to get off a field goal attempt that really could have still had them up by 3 points. And I know that's weighing heavily on their mind at the moment.
But they can potentially take the lead on this drive here. 1st and 10 with 7:59 left in the game. 2-2 formation as Burr will pass it to the middle, caught by Corky, and they are now on Minnesota's side of the field, be 1st and 10.
Yeah, it's so important here that Houston responds. They can't have a drive like the previous one where they kind of just limped off the field. If that involves going more to the air, then so be it. I know you've got that great running back tandem back there that you want to continue to utilize. But at this point in the game, it's important to rely on Dave Burr and what he can do. He's put up great numbers. Now rely on him to make some big-time passes.
3 touchdown passes so far for Dave Burr, while Colin Hart has 3 touchdown runs. 20 for all. 1st and 10. This will be a carry for Josh Slap, and he has open road ahead. He will be denied. What a touchdown run by Slap, and Houston regains the lead.
Well, what do I know?
What you know now, that was a great run right there, Camber.
That's right. That's why I'm in the booth, not on the field. That was a fantastic job right there. What can I say? I mean, just a nice job of giving it to number 22. And we said it all game long. We thought he was primed to break out and make a big run of it. Nice job for staying the course and staying true to what they believed in right there. Boy, oh, tide just totally shifted with that one.
Josh Slap just slapped up the defense of Minnesota with 131 yards rushing and that 45-yard touchdown run. And the extra point is good. Houston's back up, leading up by 7, It's 31-24 with 7:18 left in the fourth quarter. And tomorrow, this week's special Labor Day Monday Night Spectacular heads to Canton, Ohio, where the Charleston Predators are in town to take on the hometown Canton Classics. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern with Cam Irvine and Paul Slap after this week in the SFL with Cam and Mike O'Neill starting an hour prior. Mondays are spectacular in the SFL, and we got a spectacular game right here in Minnesota.
Oh, we do. We do. That, you're right. Monday night is spectacular. Sunday night proving to be spectacular as well right here in Minnesota. This thing is far from over. Plenty of time left for Minnesota to respond.
7:17 left. Ball at their own 20 after that kick was down for a touchback. Trips near side for Reno. As he will throw it, and that pass falls harmlessly to the turf. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a little mistake there. Obviously not completely on. Somebody wasn't completely on page there, whether it be quarterback or receiver, what have you. Nevertheless, they will get a second chance at it here.
Let's see. They don't have to abandon the run right now with 7:14 left. We'll see if they'll go back to Colin Hart. France is in motion. I do like the matchup at the bottom of the screen, however, with Taylor.
Yep.
Actually, that's not Taylor, but that's going to be a pass to that side. Kalia was the intended receiver. Great job by the defense of the Headhunters. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Oh, yeah, that was great. That's probably some of the most pressure that we have seen in this game right there on Johnny Reno, and it couldn't have come at a better time for these Houston Headhunters.
Last time Minnesota was faced with a 3rd and long, they was able to convert. We'll see if that happens again. Bunch formation, far side for Reno, who drops back, has plenty of time, finally gets rid of it. Great job by the Houston defense. Bird, number 23, has been very active. It'll be 4th and 10. Looks like Minnesota will be forced to punt.
You mentioned it, T-Roy, and it's a question that I have. Kind of surprised that they abandoned the run as they did and really went pass heavy on that one. I know you're playing from behind, but again, you've got 3 touchdowns in Colin Hart and plenty of time. I was kind of surprised with that changeup.
Now, Mini Malello is back to punt. Decent hang time there. Corky decides to return it and gets stopped on Minnesota's side of midfield. Be 1st and 10 at their own 49. And the Houston Headhunters has a chance to extend their lead, potentially put this game away. Remember, at the beginning of the first half, Minnesota lost Miles Gibson to injury. We haven't seen him back on the field yet.
That's right. That's right. Big-time presence in that game that has been unfortunately lost.
This would be a handoff to the guy who scored the last touchdown. Josh Slapp has a chance to break it for another one. Another nice spin move. He refuses to go down. Be 1st and 10. Looks like at the 20-yard line.
And he would not be denied. And what that clearly says is, listen, I know what I'm playing for. I know what this drive means. It's amazing. It's an emotional shift. We went from watching Minnesota claw their way back into this game, down from 14. They tie the game. All of a sudden, Houston comes back with a beautiful run to go up by 7, and now they have a chance to even extend that lead, all within a matter of minutes. But don't think this team don't realize just how important this drive is to their chances of winning this football game.
And great job by Bovine providing the final block that extended that run for Slapp. But Slapp will get stopped at the line of scrimmage. Also, shout out to Andrea Meerkat, who assisted on the tackle. So she ran down from her position at defensive line to make that play to stop Slapp from getting into the end zone. But great job by the Minnesota defense just stopping Slapp at the line of scrimmage. Slapp's previous run was for 30 yards, thanks to the stats team. And Burr will fire it. Oh! A rare drop from DR Sim. That pass was behind him, however, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he was trying to contort his body in ways that probably a receiver shouldn't have to contort in order to make a reception like that, and then got blasted at the end of it. Just a little hurried pressure on Burr, just enough to kind of upset that pass attempt.
3rd and 10 coming up. Morrison is in motion, makes this a trips formation near side. Burr avoids the sack, throws the ball, caught by Corky, but that will not be enough for a 1st down. The Legend defense will force Houston to go for a field goal attempt coming up.
And this is huge because instead now that does, with a field goal attempt, if it's successful, that is a 10-point lead. But boy, that's still in striking distance for this Minnesota team.
31-yard attempt for Sonny J. And it's definitely a sunny day for Houston because now they're up by 10 with 5:23 left. Now think about that for a second. They could be up by 2 scores if they would have gotten that field goal attempt off at the end of the first half.
Yeah, it could easily be 37-24. So, Houston doing everything they can to hope that snafu doesn't come back to haunt them, and they've done a great job responding to that. This Minnesota team, though, we know about this offense. We talked about them all day long. That was a beautiful kick.
Yes, it was. Sonny J has a leg on him.
He does, and he's feeling good. He's been called to bat a couple times in this game and certainly done a nice job. Now for Minnesota here, you've still got 5 minutes and 23 seconds and a high-flying offense. You're getting ready to see them in just a moment.
Here we go, bunch formation, far side. France will join them. I want to see if he's going to throw it to the receiver at the bottom, number 16. Nope, they're going to throw it left side. It's picked off. He's going to take it to the house, and that's going to be a pick 6 by Brady Clark. That's his 2nd pick 6 of his career, and that could ice the game.
Brady Clark has just silenced an entire football stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Minnesota has went quiet, and what a great job right there, biting on the route, jumping in front of that, returning that one all the way back. We saw them a couple times, we've said it. You got to snag that interception. When it falls into your lap, you got to take it. We saw a couple of drops in this game. Clark made sure that he wasn't one of those guys that we were going to be talking about, and he has just pretty much secured his team, in my opinion, a big-time victory.
One thing that could potentially do is force Minnesota to now abandon the running game. We'll see. Houston's up. And just like the stats team said, that took the air out of them. You said that as well, Cameron. Brady Clark ranked 10th all time entering today's action in the interception category. That's now 68, and he has 2 pick 6s for his career and another Great kick by Sonny J.
A great kick. Talking about Brady Clark, big-time players make big-time plays when it matters.
Formerly of Seattle. Brady Clark made a huge impact in today's game. It's 5:15 left. We'll see how Minnesota responds. Can they make a comeback here? Can Reno shake off the rust after that interception? We'll see. He'll throw it right away. What a way to start. That's a great pass caught by Deezer Powell. He gets the first down. Doesn't go out of bounds, so the clock will continue to run.
Like you said, I think you got to abandon, as much as I hate to say it, you have to abandon Colin Hart. And instead, you got to go to the air. You got to rely on Reno and Vin Callia, who we've not heard of much at all in this game. Deezer Powell, Ma'am, and Taylor. France, of course, they've got the weapons. I'd like to see them kind of hurry it up a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's the main thing. They have to hurry up. This will be a pass near side, and that should have been caught by Ma'am. That's a second drop of the game for Ma'am.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate right there. Just quarterback and receiver not on the same page. And with this Minnesota team, you just get this feeling that desperation kind of starting to set in just a little bit, as we said, having to abandon that hot run game, which was just doing so well for them.
Here we go, 2nd and 10. And Reno pass over the middle, caught by Jay Taylor. And they'll go a hurry up. Reno, 2 interceptions, but 248 yards passing. They finally going to hurry up. Reno got plenty of time. Fires over the middle. Caught. No!
Oh, no.
France drops it. And we're going to go to a game update. Let's go back to the commissioner, Cameron Irvine.
Thank you, T-Roy. In the late stages of this one, Brad Jones ends up putting Alamo City ahead for good, 34-27. Despite a valiant effort from Seattle, it's the Artillery still unbeaten with a 7-point win on the road. Back to you, Minnesota.
You know, the smack talk in Discord is going to be high. It's going to be hot. That pass is incomplete. It'll be an important 3rd down coming up for the Legend.
Yeah, and I want to go back, and I just want to mention Zed Markov there with the nice hit that dropped that allowed that pass to be dropped there by Minnesota just 2 plays prior. That was big because they had certainly had a 1st down on that route. Now we'll see what they can do here. Nobody in the backfield once more.
Now Jason Francis at the bottom of your screen. They're going to throw it over the middle, and Ma'am makes up for that past couple of drops with the 3rd down conversion. It'll be 1st and 10 as we get in a hurry up. Reno will pass over the middle, and dangerous pass. You can't blame Ma'am on that one. It'll be 2nd and 10.
No, not at all. That one came in with some heat on it, and Ma'am just wasn't in any capacity to make a good play on that one.
And here's one of the important things about being down by 2 scores. No Colin Hart on the field right now. 2nd and 10. And Minnesota's 35. This will be another pass over the middle. And Miller with an excellent catch. 48 yards receiving. You're back on the hurry up. A great drive so far from Minnesota. Another pass. And it's picked up by Brady Clark.
My goodness.
Interception by Clark.
My goodness, Brady Clark. What can you say? I mean, he is the legend killer. My goodness, again. What a, I mean, I can't get over it there. That is 2 straight drives. He's been perfectly placed. And boy, I tell you what, that again, a 2nd time in as many series here as we have heard this Minnesota stadium just fall completely flat right when it looked as if they were about to get things going again. My goodness.
I think Brady Clark has won the nice hands catch of the game with his past 2 interceptions. And Josh Slapp is trying to put this game on ice. Technically, they have so far. It's now 2nd and 3. And you see the fans and the stands look super dejected right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, boy, this game has had a little bit of everything. And yes, the score is 41-24, but that's not, indicative of how this game was, is it, T-Roy? I mean, this was a lot
Mm.
closer than what the score is going to suggest.
Yeah, it was a lot closer, but Brady Clark and the Houston Headhunters defense decided to step their game up in a big way. 3 minutes and 16 seconds left in this game. A very close game up into the fourth quarter. Slap gets the carry. He just falls behind his blockers. That'll help melt the clock some more. It'll be 3rd inches.
And it will indeed, milk the clock. You got to get this first down, though, if you're Houston. That really could make a big time difference here. Obviously, that really is a testament to how much I think we feel about this Minnesota offense and just how dangerous that they can be. That you leave them any time on the clock, things can happen. So if you're Houston right now, this next set of inches, it's crucial.
Here we go. 3rd and inches, 2:40 left in the game. And we got another carry, this time by GP. Gets the first down, stays in bounds. So the clock will continue to run. It'll be 1st and 10, and you can have the songs that you want to end games and television shows. Start playing them now.
Yeah, cue it up, and a great job by our stats team once more, noting that this will only be the 2nd loss at home in Minnesota's young franchise history.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, Houston's about to improve to 3-2, while Minnesota's going to fall to 3-2. You're watching this Simulation Football League on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Again, with the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, back at SFL headquarters, Ron Haynes and Eddie Gage on stats. This is T-Roy Games with Cameron Duty. Reed's got 2 minutes left. Houston has the ball, up by 2 scores. Jalen Wells gets the carry, breaks a tackle, carrying defenders for a 9.5-yard gain. That's the first time out for Minnesota.
Yeah, and here it begins the game of eating that clock, chewing those timeouts. And with each one, Houston knows that they're just one step closer to securing the big-time victory.
2nd and inches. Clock continues to... Clock is stopped after that timeout. Here's another first down right here. Josh Slap will force Minnesota to call their 2nd timeout with 1:50 left.
I'll tell you what, we need to give a call to both of these. Both of these teams play, great. You can tell that the prep work went into it all week, preparing for obviously two teams who had never played each other up until tonight. I don't know, man. I'd like to see these teams play much more often. Could be the start of a little rivalry here.
Yes, it could be. And there's another carry by GP Wells. Bounce off a tackle. He got the edge. He got another first down, and that will do it. That's the final timeout. And you know what, Cameron? We still got to mention this. Still give all the props, all the respect to Houston on this win. But I know Minnesota's wondering how things could have been if they didn't lose Miles Gibson in the first half.
Yeah, a big question mark there, and they'll have to go back and check and see his status. And obviously he'll be back swinging soon. That was certainly a big blow to them. And going back to Minnesota's point right there, it was just they did everything. They checked every box that needed to be checked tonight, offensively and defensively. I will admit, we were concerned about the missed field goal opportunity when the time management wasn't up to par at the end of the first half, but they came out swinging at the start of that second half, and like we said, you can't take your foot off the gas when you play the Minnesota Legend, and they did just that. They stayed hammered down the whole way.
Yeah, they did a great job. The 3-headed monster at running back with the Wells brothers and Josh Slap did their thing. Burr was accurate when need to be. He scored 3 touchdowns. He is responsible for 3 touchdowns himself. And now we got a decision to make, Cameron. Before Houston started taking knees, everybody, they had 467 yards of total offense. But we got to figure out who's going to be the player of the game. We got plenty of options, especially with Brady Clark and Josh Slapp.
Oh, yeah. I've got one in my mind, and it's not going to be a surprise, but I don't know how you go away from this guy.
And Dave Burr can also be a part of that. Mike St. Green with some great catches. Remember, Dave Burr went over 15,000 yards passing in his career. Can't forget, Johnny Bravo went over 11,000 passing yards in his career. That was the final kneel down. And the Headhunters will end their 2-game losing streak and improve to 3-2, excuse me. While Minnesota will lose their 2-game winning streak and fall to 3-2.
Yeah, and we go right to it, T-Roy. I'm just going to tell you right now, my player of the game, I'm going to call it Brady Clark because of the 2 big-time interceptions coming up. I would really almost do a co-MVP between himself and I think Josh Slapp. Just did some fantastic. There's some fantastic plays right there between those guys. I tell you what, this Houston team is loaded with talent. Certainly a pleasure to watch both of these teams get out here and play together, offense and defensively. They did just a phenomenal job of working together. And what can you say? This is a big-time moment for this Headhunters team, taking down a very talented Minnesota team. We've certainly not heard the last of them. We're really excited to see both the trajectories, of both of these teams as we go throughout this season.
And I'll agree with you. We'll give it to Brady Clark. Even the stats team is saying Brady Clark as the player of the game. 2 interceptions. One of them was a pick 6, 8 solo tackles, 3 assists. Let's also talk about Houston. Their only 2 losses this season, are against unbeaten teams, Alamo City and Fort Worth. And they got an impressive win on the road against a very strong Minnesota Legend team. Everyone, for Cameron Irvine back at SFL headquarters, Eddie Gage and Ron Haynes on stats, this is T-Roy Gaines and Cameron Duty signing off. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. We will see you tomorrow night for the Monday Night Spectacular.